Yes. Okay. So I will begin with a spiritual mind treatment. Yes. Okay. So this word is being spoken for each one. There is only one life, and that life is divine. It is the Creator's life. The Creator creates everything out of its own self, its own mind, its own thought. That divine Creator thinks about what it wants to create, and each one is its creation. So each one's been thought about carefully, designed, uh, given the best materials, because the divine is not going to create, schmucky stuff. Or icky stuff. And so the divine, being intelligent and being all the greatness and the goodness that it is, creates out of the best stuff, the best materials. And that is each one here. Each one is a well thought out creation of the divine that used its best substance. And that is the gift of living that each one has. Each one is life, light, love, power, peace, beauty, harmony, joy. All these divine qualities given an entire universe to play in, with the capacity and the potential to travel anywhere in the universe, to locate anywhere that anything is. The ideas to get each one from wherever he or she is to anywhere else, all are present in this infinite thinker. And so there is a way. There is a way for each one to begin right where he or she is and to travel in consciousness and in fact any way that he or she chooses. And there is, out of the infinite different destinations that each one could travel to, there is that one destination which is absolutely the most wonderful, the joyous, the one with the greatest freedom, the one where each one may experience on that traveling road loving their life completely and becoming more and more of their true self, of experiencing joy and all the good, of having an experience where everything is moving in one's favor, and that each one is equal to all this good, accepts it with peace of mind and circumstance, and enjoys it and fully lives this gift of life that he or she has been given, so that the genius idea that has been used as the template in creating each one, combined with the best materials of that divine creator, are used at their greatest possible potential, maximized in the glory that is possible. And so this path, this journey, this future is available to each one. And so no matter where one thinks one is or what one may be experiencing, there is a way to completely experience this wonderful future given where each one is right now. And it is this infinite mind, this creator, that knows the path, that and knows how to guide each one every step on that path. And so each one is open to this wonderful future that already exists as potential in the creation of each one. And each one is able to have a glimmer of an image of this future self. And it is because that future self dwells within, as that infinite potential present within each one. And so each one is open to this idea of having a future that is bright with promise, that is filled with delight, and where each one is fully living in empowered, inspired, and delightful life an experience of loving one's life completely. And from this point now, every step into this future is a delight. And each one loves this moving from where they are to where they will be, from good to greater good, every single step of the way. Each one is fully supported in moving forward. Each one sees, has that inner guidance of that future destination, this self that each one desires to become. And this is the guidance that helps and supports and lets each one know how to get there. It's love, and that love is present within each one. And so each one has all of the directions within, and each one can trust it and does have faith in it more than ever before. And each one is supported on this way with all of the ways and the means necessary, all of the money, the support. Each one meets the right person at the right time in the right place, so that the experience of growing into a life one loves completely is a joyous, easy, peace-filled path of harmony and unfolding wonder after wonder. And so this is the life of each one. Each one is the health that is required to express that. So in this journey, every single one is healthier than ever before, every step of the way of moving from good to greater good. And so each one now has an expectancy of this future self. It is a positive expectancy. It is one that is filled with joyful anticipation, and each one is filled with an inner motivation that assists each one to participate and cooperate in whatever it is that is his or hers to do along this journey. And so this life is the life the divine is creating now. And it is the life of each one. And all that is required to really experience and embody this life, all is available to each one now. So the truth is that future self is here now, the real self, the living spirit within each one. And each one connects with it and is moving forward in seeing this true self revealed in experience and in fact and in the world in greater and more wonderful ways each and every moment of unfoldment forward. I am grateful for this truth. I release this word to the law, so grateful it's done, and we agree by saying, and so it is. Okay. All right. So, yes, happy birthday, Regina. Everybody's giving their happy things. All right. So we've got David, Craig, Mary. All right. I think I've said hello to everybody. So we're moving forward now. Reverend Rich is going to sing us into our Sunday.
By surprise.
I know. I was short of it.
Lost my treatment. am opening, I am opening, my heart is ready to receive. I am opening, I am opening, my heart is ready to receive. I am opening, I am opening, my heart is ready to receive.
And so let's open to our future good. Let's open to now all the love that's here, to our future self, which is our higher self within. Open to whatever that good is that's tugging at your heart. And know that somehow, in some way, some truth is revealed inside your own being, whether heard through the music, the speaker, or within your own voice. Somehow you receive the good that you came here for. That startling truth that when you receive it, you go, oh my goodness, this is the pearl of great price. And it's here and it's now. And we open to receive it, and we shall receive it. And so it is.
I am opening, I am opening, my heart is ready to receive. I am opening, I am opening, my heart is ready to receive. Good morning.
Good morning.
Took you by surprise, didn't I? Took me by surprise. So here I am. My name is Rich Volk. I am a staff minister here, and I do provide what I prefer to call music. And we're here every Sunday. We are online and we are in person. And we are practicing social distancing, and we are practicing safe mask wearing. So, so we are compliant. We are. And we also, at the same time, believe that we control what happens to us. And that we have, this is the basis of our teaching, that so we think, as we think, so we experience. So I chose at the beginning of this craziness, a little more than a year ago, to believe that I was not going to experience what so much of the world experienced with this thing that we shall not name. And it happened, and it didn't happen. I and all who are dear to me did not experience that thing. So this is what we teach here. We give the tools to experience your own divinity, to find out that place in you which is connected to the great awakening, the infinite knowing, the mind that is all, that God that is all. So we are an opening and inclusive community. We practice love here. We welcome everybody. I have one announcement actually. Our practitioner, our licensed practitioner, Susan Neat, is continuing her Wednesday night workshops. And the workshops are designed to be a path to self-discovery. To paraphrase Robert Browning, rather than looking for a way to let good or light in, we must open a way for our imprisoned splendor to escape. So join us on the first, second, and fourth Wednesday of each month as Susan explores ideas and advice from the mystics and open the doors to a greater understanding and expansion of self. This week, Wednesday night, April 28th, the title is Arigato in, Arigato out. This is from Ken Honda's podcast. We spent a lot of time trying to figure out how to properly pronounce that word, and I think I still have it wrong. But there it is. So join Susan. It's a, what do we call it?
Wednesday evening.
Wednesday evening. It's a Zoom event.
Yes.
And it costs $4.01 a workshop. And you can give through PayPal. You can find all of the information on our website, CSL Princeton, and join Susan for a fun time. After I finish this song, we will have our practitioner intern, Stefanie, to come up. Yoo-hoo! And give us a contemplative moment. Or two. Maybe three. Ooh. Ooh. Everywhere I am is holy ground, for I walk in love. Everywhere I am is holy ground, for the power and the presence of your spirit makes my path gentle and easy. Gentle, easy, gentle, easy. Everywhere I am is holy ground, for I walk in joy. Everywhere I am is holy ground, for the power and the presence of your spirit makes my path gentle and easy. Gentle, easy, gentle, easy. Everywhere I am is holy ground, for I walk in peace. Everywhere I am is holy ground, for the power and the presence of your spirit makes my path gentle and easy. Gentle, easy, gentle, easy.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So nice to be here with all of you and see all your faces. And so I'm Stefanie Lockenauer. I'm a practitioner intern here at Center for Spiritual Living, Princeton. And I've recently been reading Let Yourself Be Loved, Transforming Fear into Hope by Philip Bennett. And so in this book, in the beginning, they talk about our relationship with God and how sometimes we're asking and we're listening really hard and that God's just always here. And that sometimes it's just about being. And so we're going to practice today just being with God. So I invite you to get comfortable where you're sitting. And if it's comfortable for you, you can gently close your eyes or bring your gaze down in front of you. Noticing your feet on the ground. Noticing your breath in your body. And in your mind, allow yourself to be on a comfy blanket somewhere in nature where you can look up and see the sky. Imagine yourself feeling completely comfortable in the perfect spot. Maybe noticing the air you're breathing now. Maybe the temperature of the air on your skin. And that it's just right. Allow yourself to look up at the sky Maybe see some clouds. And as we're looking up at the sky, noticing that the clouds are shifting and moving, just as our thoughts are shifting and moving. So as we're laying here now, bringing some awareness to those thoughts and allowing them to become the clouds that are just shifting and moving across this perfect blue sky. And as you notice these thoughts, allow them to just be a thought. No need to pick up the story, but allow it to be there and gently leave. Noticing that that blue sky is always there. Whether there's many clouds, whether they're heavy or light, whether they move quickly or stay for a while, that blue sky is always there. Allow yourself to really focus on that blue sky. Allow that beautiful sky to just shine there, being comfortable in its presence. Knowing that the truth is always there, that God is always there, whether we see it at the moment or not, whether there's a cloud there or not. And let's let that truth now be revealed. So asking your inner self, what is that truth to be revealed right here and now? And allowing whatever comes to be just fine. If nothing feels like it was heard, know that that is perfectly fine too. And basking in this presence now, we'll sit for just another few moments in the presence of the divine, knowing the divine is in, through, and as each one here, not separate, but a part of. And I'll now say spiritual mind treatment for us as we sit in this presence. This word is being spoken for each one here, each one at home, each one listening to this recording. There is one life. That life is God's life, and that life is each one's life right here and now. God is the creator of all that is. God is the creator of each one here, and each one is a divine manifestation of this divine presence. Each one here was created in perfect harmony, perfect wisdom, perfect divine order, and perfect love. Therefore, each one here carries all of those qualities. Whatever is to be revealed for each one is revealed. Whatever that truth was that is needed or is desired at this moment is revealed to each one right here and right now. Each one here has everything that each one needs to be happy, to be and feel loved, and to live the best life that each one is meant to live. Whatever is on the heart of each one here, the divine already knows and is already putting into action. Any place where anyone might feel undeserving, unloved, unlovable, unsure, doubtful, or confused is completely erased with this word and instead is replaced with clarity of the truth, with love, with wisdom. Each one here is knowing the truth. Each one here is receiving that divine blessing. And it lives, moves, and breathes through each one as they move through this week. I am so grateful this is the truth. I release this word to God's loving law, knowing it's already done. And so it is.
So it is. When I was a boy, Sunday we would go to church and pay attention to the priest. And he would read the holy word and consecrate the holy bread, and everyone would kneel and bow. Today the only difference is everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. When I was in Sunday school, we learned about the time Moses split the sea too, and Jesus made the water wine. I remember feeling sad that miracles don't happen still, but now I can't keep track, 'cause everything's a miracle. Everything's a miracle. Wine from water is not so good, but an even better magic trick that anything is here at all. So the challenging thing becomes not to look for miracles, but finding where there is one. Holy water was rare at best, barely wet my fingertips, but now I have to hold my breath like I'm swimming in a sea of it. It used to be a world out there, heaven's second rate hand-me-down, but I walk it with a reverend air, 'cause everything is holy now. 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 Read a questioning child's face and say it's not a testament. Will that be very hard to say? See another new morning come and say it's not a sacrament. I tell you that it can't be done. This morning outside I stood, I saw a little red-winged bird shining like a burning bush, singing like a scripture verse. It made me want to bow my head. I remember when the church let out, how things have changed since then, 'cause everything is holy now. 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 Everything is holy.
Okie dokie. Oh, we've multiplied inside here, so that's cool. That's excellent. So welcome everybody, and we want to be sure, hello Damaris. I think I've said hello to everybody, and again, happy birthday, Regina. So she's one of our practitioners off-site, supporting us virtually out there, so hey, okay. So today's talk is a request from you. There were a couple of requests that came in about the future, what's next, visioning yourself. And so with all those, imagining your future, all those ideas that came in, I'm like, okay. And so we're going to do a little exercise in imagining it in a little bit. So let me prepare you for what's to come. This is an experiential service. So if you thought you could just sit back and go to sleep, well, you could still do that. But there's an experience awaiting. And so we begin right where we are, right? So here we are. And what's next? What will you do next? What are you going to think next? Which direction should you go? And what we want to realize that right where we are, right where we begin, that there is present for every one of us infinite possibilities from which to choose. So no matter what's going on in your personal life, no matter how some of us sometimes might feel really limited or trapped. Nope, nope, nope. Right where you are right now, there are infinite possibilities. And you can think of it very clearly when you think about what thought should I think next? It could be anything, right? You could think about that weird truck that's outside. We've got this weird truck outside right now. I guess it's gathering metal. Didn't expect that today. You could be thinking about monkeys. You could be thinking about the song that Reverend Rich just sang. You could be thinking about the meditation Stefanie did. You can be thinking about what you're going to have for breakfast. Anything. Now you know that. You can be thinking anything. There's infinite possibilities right now for what you can think. And what we want to realize that what's important about that is whatever it is that you do choose to think is going to take you to the next center of infinite possibilities of what to think. And that there are some thoughts that can only be thought in the next moment if we think a certain thought in this moment. People are nodding. I hope you got to think about that, right? So there's a particular thought that will lead you to another thought. But if you don't think that particular thought, you're not going to go to that next thought. In fact, there's like infinite universes. Well, there's infinite universes of thought. So right now, it's a different now than where we were a few seconds ago. But right now, because of all the thoughts that you have thought between now and the first time that you were thinking about your thought, you are now in a completely different universe of possible thoughts to think. And so it goes. And if we were to be selecting in each moment a particular type of thought, eventually that train of similar thinking would lead us to a particular experience of ourselves that would not have been possible if we didn't go on that little train of thought journey. I really hope this is going somewhere. I got a plan. So where we are right now, let's, to keep it simple, let's imagine that you have infinite choices of particular types of thoughts to think. And if you were to extend them out from where you are, like I'm in the center, if I was to extend this train of thinking all the way out to some future, say 10 years from now, 20 years from now, you get to pick your future self that you are going to contemplate. 10 years sounds good to me. If you need more, great. Don't do less, do more. So 10 years of a particular train of thinking, of thought, well, my gosh, I could learn Italian. I could probably learn any language, right? And so what we have, we're at the center. Imagine yourself now, all these different types of thought extending all around you so that you are encircled with infinite future you selves. And they're all present right now in this now thought. But they could extend out. So you could become anything. You could become anyone. You could do anything. There's all sorts of choices. It all begins right now. And they all are contained within you right now. Because you could be that if you just kept thinking a particular thought, type of thought, and let it build and let it build and let it build. They say, they've done research, they say like 10 years of practicing anything, you reach that level of expert where you can, win the Olympics, that kind of thing. And so that's possible for you too. Infinite future selves exist in each of us right now in the initial thought that we could choose right now. And so what I would like you to imagine, the future self that I would like you to imagine for this exercise is your future self that you become when everything flows in your favor. The whole world rearranges itself to support you every step of the way. Whatever needs to happen in the world, the world situations all get magically healed, changed, altered, whatever it is. Everything is in your favor. The world does not present to you any obstacle. Instead, it supports you. If there's someone that you need to meet, a particular person you need to meet, you meet them. If there's help you need, you get it. If there's money you need, it comes right to you. Everything in the world is supporting you in this particular future self that I'm asking you to contemplate right now. And so the right relationships, the materials, the health that you need, the money, the ideas even that you need, the circumstances, the world changes that you need, all are provided. And what I want you to do now is allow yourself right where you are to fast forward move right into that future self so that you are now imagining yourself as this self where everything has supported you, everything has been in your favor, and there you are. And just imagine how it feels to realize everything supported you to where you are right now. How blessed you are. Allow yourself to feel all that gratitude. Allow yourself to feel all that you would imagine you would feel if everything worked in your favor. You're loved, you're healthy, you're happy, you're a success, you're supported, you've got great people in your world, live a wonderful lifestyle, you're talented, you have some awards, and realize some seeming miracles happened along the way, and for no reason. You are who you are, but everything supported you. And here you are, and you love your life completely. And so, being here for a little bit, imagine what you're doing. How do you wake up in the morning? Who do you meet throughout the day? What activity might you do? Do you do some form of work expression? It's a total success if you do. A joyous experience. What is it? And do you have time for refreshment, leisure, recreation? What do you do? Who do you do it with? Where are you living? How does it feel to be you? And when you go to sleep at night, what are your last thoughts of the day? And now I want you to realize how much wisdom you have. You've come a long way, and you've learned things. And so now this future self that you are right now, I want you to turn around and look back at your past self. Far, far away. And with the wisdom of this future self, realize that there were some things you had to learn along the way. That even though the whole world was cooperating in your favor, you had to change. And so look back at the path that you took as you look back at your past self and notice 4 major bridges that you had to cross. And all the way back to that past self, the first bridge was something physical. Some physical, bodily, factual change had to be made by you that you didn't know back at the beginning. But this new self that you are sees it. And you know what you have to do to cross that physical bridge. And so what I want you to do, you, that future self, all-knowing wise one, is to leave a helper on that bridge to help you over, to help you cross it. Leave some form of physical helper. You don't have to know what it is, but it'll be there when you need it. And now, past that bridge, closer to you, there's a bigger bridge, and it's an emotional bridge. And it requires more of your past self to get over it. And so you, future self that you are, leave on that bridge a great big bubble of love that at the perfect moment you will drink of it, be surrounded by it. You will circled with love, which will help you over that bridge. And now imagine the third bridge, even larger than the other two, and it is a mental bridge. Some belief that your old self does not want to give up, no matter what. And in order to pass this bridge, a new idea of oneself, of yourself, is needed. And you now, your wise self that you are, I invite you to leave on that bridge some new idea of yourself that will shift every way that you've been thinking your whole life up till then. And you will see your whole world clearly and make that bridge crossing so easy. And then imagine now that fourth bridge, the biggest of them all. It's a monster roller coaster type bridge. And it is a spiritual bridge. It's your belief about God, about life, about the nature of the universe, some cosmic identification that would revolutionize the very cells in your body. This is what you have to cross, that final bridge. And this true new self that you are already knows what it is. You know what you need to know to get where you are. And I invite you now to leave on that bridge a stone, a plain looking stone, the philosopher's stone. It contains the key to wisdom, the answer, that which makes your old upside down world right side up. And so now it's time, oh future self, knowing all that you know, to journey all the way back to now, the present, but keep that future consciousness here. And you know this path because you've already done it. And so what I invite you now, future self, to whisper, to tell your present self, what's the next thought that takes you on this path? What's the next step forward? What is the arrow that points the way? What does your present self need to know right now to start this journey? And so when you're ready, you can notice your body again, come back into your room, wherever you are, and you know something now that you didn't know before. And the important thing to realize about all of this is you didn't make this up. That self is in you right now. And I don't know, what sort of wisdom you received. First of all, for me, I don't know what kind of little clues my future self left. I saw that, the news, but I don't know what was in it. And then when I came back, my future self, what's the next thing I need to do? Well, it wasn't all that revolutionary. It was pretty much, you're doing fine and move. Move. Okay. So, whatever that is for you, just notice what it is. Our teaching is that our thoughts can be chosen. And that, yes, our thoughts create our reality. And we've got a human race belief that we carry around that we're always butting up against, which is the problem is not me, it's with the world. But we took that out of the mix. So it's not the world. Those things, those bridges that you are in front of you that you need to travel to get from where you are to where you would like to be, it's all about you. And what I want you to realize is crossing those bridges are under your control. And so the world doesn't have to change. And it doesn't have to move everything in your favor. That path is still there. And those bridges are still yours to cross. And those bridges have nothing to do with whether the world is agreeing with you or not. It was all within you. It was all your own journey. And so what I want each one of us to realize is our future is, this future self is under our power and authority. It's our choices, it's what we have to think, and something in us knows what it is. And so that future self is theirs for our taking. And it does not matter what the world is doing. We didn't take that path. That path is there. That path is over there. we could have gone there, but we didn't. And so what I invite you to do is to take that first step, whatever it was that was guided to you, that first thought, and then follow it for the next thought, and realize that that higher wisdom self, that future self is with you and has left little helpers, little clues, little blobs of love, little stones along the way, little things to help you. And it is always there inside us, right? It's always there whispering to us as an arrow, go this way. If you've been around for a while, I had the wonderful experience of walking a bit of the Camino to Santiago. And it's a walk. People do 500 miles. I did not do that. I think I did 100 miles or 70 miles. I did 70 miles. But it doesn't matter what piece of the path you took or the whole thing. You had to follow an arrow. You'd just be walking along. Things would be happening. At one point in one town, I actually saw a knight riding a giant horse. What the heck? This was 2015 or something. I mean, what is a knight doing on a horse all alone? I was all alone. I was walking on the Camino. I was walking through a little town. I saw no other people, but a knight comes riding through on a horse. Did I dream it? Did I imagine it? I was wide awake, I thought, but But see, I just followed the arrow. I couldn't follow the knight. He wasn't following the arrows. He had his own path.
Looking for a windmill.
I really do not know what that was about. I never found out. It's a little weird thing. But anyway, so that's it. That's it. That's all I've got to say. Imagining what's next, you just did it, right? And you got it forever after, at least 10 years. After that, come back. We'll do something else. All right, so let's take a moment then and just drink that in, and we'll have Reverend Rich help us in our imaginings, and I'll come back and do a spiritual mind treatment for us.
We were born before the wind, also younger than the sun. And the bonny boat was one into the mystic. Hark now, hear the sailors cry. Smell the sea and feel the sky. Let your soul and spirit fly into the mystic. When that foghorn blows, I'll be coming home. When that foghorn blows, I want to hear it, don't have to fear it, and I want to rock your gypsy soul, just like way back in the days of old. And magnificently will flow into the mystic. When that foghorn blows, you know I'll be coming home. When that foghorn blows, I gotta hear it, don't have to fear it, and I wanna rock your gypsy soul, just like way back in the days of old. And together we will float into the mystic.
So this word is being spoken for each one. There is only one divine loving presence, creator of all, and it is all. And this divine presence is knowing right now what it shall create. It is always alive with infinite possibilities yet to be, an infinite potential that no matter what it creates, no matter how it expresses, infinite possibilities remain. And this is the gift that has been given to each one. Right now, present within each one is this infinite potential. And each one has seen a glimpse of one potential that is very possible to be. This potential self exists right now, not in the future. It is alive right now as each one. And it is filled with the wisdom of knowing all and is guiding each one every step of unfoldment in becoming an experiencer of life that loves this life completely. Whatever needs to be faced is faced and erased. Whatever needs to be surmounted is easily moved over with the aid and the assistance of this loving wisdom self within. And so each one is already on this journey of unfolding from good to greater good, of moving into an experience of living life that he or she loves completely. Each one is already on their way. No bags needed to be packed. Nothing needed to be done. The next thought on that journey already is the thought that each one is thinking. And that thought unfolds into the next and the next and the next, until each one wakes up at some glorious moment and realizes, wow, I am here now, and it is so. I release this word to that loving law, grateful it's done, and we agree by saying with our heart, our soul, our mind, and our body, and so it is. Okay, all right. So thank you all for coming. And hello, Alan, good to see you. I saw Arlene, wonderful, Randy, and Clee, and I guess Angela are here. Damaris is here. That's really good. Regina, our birthday girl, has posted there our website or our email, our mail address. So if you would like to make a contribution, you can do so on our website, cslprinceton.org. Also get our announcements. Also, place a prayer request. We've got all these practitioners here ready to do spiritual work for you to help you in your journey forward, right? Or you can ask a question. You can leave a message. So I'm glad you all were here. And let's Reverend Rich take us out of here.
Running all around, fixing this and that. Giving it up to God, then taking it back. Just release and let it go. Don't have to think about it no more. Get out of the way. Yeah, get out of the way. Get out of the way. Let God do his thing. Look like the weight of the world's on your back. Take a deep breath, get some slack. All that drama ain't good for you. You couldn't change what is if you knew what to do. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Let God do his thing. The sun's gonna shine and the river's gonna flow. Tide's gonna rise without you say so. The universe is working and the good is flowing. Don't dig a seed to see if it's growing.